It's time for Pure Performance.
Get your stopwatches ready. It's time for Pure Performance with Andy Grabner and Brian Wilson.
Welcome everyone to another episode at Pure Performance Cafe. I happen to be here in Budapest, in Hungary. I was invited yesterday to speak at a financial conference. It was called Bankotech. Unfortunately, my Hungarian is not really good, so I could only listen to a couple of conversations, but I have one of the speakers with me today, Adam. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for inviting me also to your office. Adam, could you do me a favor? Can you just quickly introduce yourself, what you are and what you do?
Sure. Basically, I'm head of the solution of the digital channels here in the bank. So basically, my team is responsible for the architectural parts of the mobile bank, of the bank, and basically all the digital channels where customers meet our bank.
Mm-hmm. And can you let me know yesterday, because I said my Hungarian is non-existent, so I did not know everything that was talked about. What are the top topics right now that are impacting you in the financial industry here in Hungary?
Yeah, sure. Basically, we heard a lot about cloud. We heard a lot about AI. And also some of the observability thing, what we have also presented during our presentation.
Yeah, maybe let's jump right into this, because I know you were on stage and you talked about your observability when you had your latest mobile rollout. Can you tell me a little bit more about that process and why observability was so important for you? Yeah,
sure. Basically, our new mobile app was released last summer. This year. Basically, it was a pretty exciting project for all of us because it's a brand new application, not an upgraded one. And also, it was released together with a brand new architecture, which is based on microservices. So it's a brand new application as a whole. And we really needed a tool which is capable of monitoring and capturing all the details within this solution from the mobile application, from the customer side towards the backend to the very deep details into the databases and all the servers.
Mm-hmm. And I remember some of the dashboards. You obviously were very interested in crashes, right? If it's a new app, you want to make sure that you're getting rid of crashes as fast as possible. Performance, I assume, is also a thing that you look at. Anything else?
Yeah, crashes and errors are really, really important. However, we were able to basically monitor all the crashes, but those are basically not all of those are affected by the customers. Therefore we are able to capture every minor problems that the developer guys later can correct on. So this is a really helpful feature. And also our business guys are really like Abdex index, which is basically calculated by Dynatrace, because business people, response time, errors, all this technical stuff, they don't really understand this, but they have some indicative number which is really helpful for them, and they can understand this. So this is one of the good measure that we can rely on.
Yeah, it's cool. So Apdex, for people that are listening in and have never heard about Apdex, it's the application index where we basically look into user experience from an end-to-end user journey perspective and say, did this user have, and to make it very simple, a good experience, a medium experience, or a frustrated experience, and we use a number in the end between 0 and 1 to indicate how good that session was. And I completely agree with you. It basically brings all of the important information together into one single number.
Yeah.
and you can do a green, yellow, or red.
Yeah, and for business people, it's just it's just really helpful because this is all technical stuff. So so it's understandable that most of those information is not understandable, but there are certain parts which are really helpful for them as well.
Yeah. Now, in the initial rollout phase, right, when you started with this app, and I think I remember the dashboard you had many new versions that you then brought out because you wanted to then fix things that you saw. In that process, did you have daily meetings with your developers where you showed them the data that you've observed? How did this?
Yeah. Basically, during the initiation of the new application, we had basically a daily war room where every participants was on the table, basically behind the table. So business people, developer guys, product owners, operational guys. So everyone who's taking part of the project was there, and I think that was one of the key of the success. So and also we have defined alpha testers, beta testers. So within our colleagues. So we had the opportunity to test our application in-house first, and then just release to the public.
That's great. Yeah, I see. I hear this a lot with other organizations too, like a friends and family thing. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Hey, there was another interesting thing in your presentation that was really interesting for me. There was a section around chaos testing. Can you fill us in a little bit more, because I remember hearing something about that this is even mandatory in the banking sector here in Hungary?
Yeah, because it's we call it DRP, and it's simulating basically a disaster when some of our data center is go off. And then what happens? And this is the test that we are trying out our services, whether what happens in certain scenario, and of course the main purpose is to maintain the business continuity. So yeah. So
does this mean you're shutting off half of your infrastructure, or how does this work?
Yes, definitely yes. Yeah, at a lovely Saturday night, we just kill it, and then let's see what happens. Yeah. And of course, everyone. I mean, every section for every services, the responsible person for every services are ready at that night, and they are ready to test it, whether is it working properly or not, and they are basically creating reports, and then afterwards we are checking those reports, and then if any kind of correction is needed, then we will just simply correct it and modify. So yeah, this is some kind of mandatory stuff.
Yeah, nice to hear. Hey, I got one more last question for you, because you mentioned in the beginning the cloud was a big topic, AI was a big topic. I remember one presentation on AI and large language models. Is this a topic for you as well in the bank?
Definitely. Here in KNH we have Kate. She's the digital mobile banking assistant, personal one, and this solution is also located on your mobile app, so it's hardly linked together. It's also based on a language model. The Hungarian language is basically developed by us here locally, but the whole program is driven by KBC globally.
Yeah, I just learned that yesterday at dinner. I did not know. I knew that Hungary is not a big country, but the Hungarian language doesn't really go beyond Hungary. A little bit more, but like there's not many people in the world that actually speak Hungarian, and that's why. And it's also a very tough language. Yeah.
But basically, I think this is one of the most difficult part of the language part here in Hungary, because we don't have that amount of training data for our models because of the language. Let's call it limitation, because it's so local.
Yeah. It's interesting, because I never I mean, I come from a German-speaking country, so we have enough German material, and obviously English is clear. I never thought about that there are regions in the world with languages where just the lack of the amount of material could be a problem to really train systems.
Yeah, but I do believe that Kate is really ready to serve our customers in a very proper way, and also she is developing over the time. So she knows more of our services already that we are offering. So for instance, you can make a transfer by just guiding her and just telling her that, okay, let's make a money transfer to my mom, and she makes it. So
that's cool. Can I ask you to transfer money to me as well? That's cool.
Sure.
Good. Hey, Adam, thank you so much for sitting down with me, and thanks for hosting us here in your office, for talking a little bit about observability, and I hope to see you soon, and all the best for the future, for your future upcoming mobile releases, for Kate and everything else that happens.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome.